We're living here in Mallertown, but that Aussie guy's still wearing a crown.
I'm feeling a bit nervous now.
It's expired, sent to the USA. We are living here in Mallertown.
Welcome back to Mallertown. I have not said that in a long time and felt pretty good to say it. And you know what else it feels pretty good to say? Welcome, Roxanne.
Hi.
How you doing? It's been a long time since you and I have talked.
Fantastic. How are you?
You good? Yeah, I'm good. It's great to
You're
have
up
you back.
late.
Very late, yes. And it's still fucking 31 degrees Celsius, which I think is in the 80s. And it's fucking midnight. So, yeah, fuck this shit.
God damn. That's crazy.
It is. It's been a hot few days. Anyway, we don't want to talk about the weather. We've got important stuff to talk about. And, of course, a man that's always there for United States of Australia and was one of the first guests of Mallertown. It is just Josh. How you doing, Josh?
How you guys doing?
Good. Great to have you here.
It's good to be here on Mallertown. It's a little different.
Oh, God, timing. Immaculate timing. I was literally about to say, I hope he jumps on sometime soon, but we're hoping Scoop will be here, and Scoop is here.
Boom.
What's up? Actually, no, I'm out of here. Sorry, I had about 5 seconds available. So
I see you got the spats with shats on, and I'm glad you did because I did
I
not wear
almost
mine.
wore that shirt, but I wore this one instead.
I was going to as well. Nice attire.
I have both spats with shirts.
Excellent.
Nice. I just got to go to this. This is our very first. We've never had one of these before, but this is a membership milestone from Echo Pineapple. Member for 1 month. RIP. Have a good show, boys. Someone didn't know that the lovely Queen Roxanne was going to be here, and he prematurely said boys, but Roxanne is one of the boys. That's why we've always had a good laugh with her. But thank you, Echo, for being a member for a month.
Thank you, Echo.
We appreciate it. Hopefully we do get some Mallet Militia in here. Oh, speaking of which, Goat Man, where's the fat kid? Are you talking about the round mound of Mallertown, Robbie the Mariner fan?
Yeah. I don't know if I should be excited that you said that or not. I mean,
be excited, Robbie. Come on.
Yeah,
you mentioned the other day.
I mean, it's better. It's better than some of the other names I've been called.
Well, because what we came up with the other day was the round mound of Arse Pound. So
we did. I don't even remember that.
Yeah. You don't remember that? Yeah, no, that's
no. I have memory hole a lot of what I hear. So
yeah,
it all mashes into one big ugly insult.
Like your shirt, Scoop. That was the one that they got a cease and desist on, but they already sent it out to a certain amount.
I have it.
Yeah, same here. I have both of them,
Me
but
too.
They got ruined in the wash. I think Shats, like after one wash, there was like all the one that said spats with Shats. The Shats part somehow disappeared. So I think somehow he hacked my washer. It was really kind of eerie. So.
This is great memories already. We are going to get into great memories of Matt the Warrior Ray fan, but we bringing up Scoop wearing the spats with Chat shirt. It's a great opportunity for me to say, I don't know how many people out there can say this, but I can say this. My very first Twitter account was reported and terminated by William Shatner, ladies and gentlemen.
Excellent.
I think we're probably all blocked by him.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm unblocked these days. I'm unblocked. Yeah. I'm unblocked.
No, you can see people's stuff that has you blocked.
No, he got unblocked before that. He unblocked a few Mallertown people when they did it. Yeah, no, I think I cursed at him because he actually said something to me, so I'm probably permanently blocked.
I never said anything. I never even interacted.
Yeah, like Jonas Knox and a bunch of there was like 20 people at Fox Sports Radio that never interacted with chats that were blocked by him.
If you were associated,
I remember the first spats with chats that made like not national news, but people on the other radio shows on Fox were talking about it.
If you were associated with Ben Maller, you were pretty much in the line of fire at that point.
I have to go get something really quick. I'll be right back because it has to do with the show.
The only two places I've only been blocked were the Geyer Clinic, which is where Peyton Manning.
I wear that one as well. The Geyer Clinic
may or may not have gotten his steroids or HGH, and then the what's him call it? Well, Shane and Des Moines will block and unblock me every other day, and then also the third place is William Shatner. So
I wear the
I think I sent on that day that original Spats with Shats, that first 24 hours of Spats with Shats. I sent somewhere between 50 to 100 tweets to William Shatner, and they got progressively more like disgusting as time went on. So I'm not surprised I lost a Twitter account over it, but that was the birth of that sussy guy, which birthed a catchphrase and everything. So,
Well, I must have eaten like a preemptive mortar from Shatner because I didn't even get to say a single word, and I was already blocked from that.
Took the block
guy, and as of like in Ukraine, I remember looking at some point I was still blocked, but I looked just now and I'm not blocked. So
yeah,
well,
he took me off somehow.
That's weird. They did try to tweet at him or see if you can. Because they switched it like a week or two ago.
I know what happened. I've been unblocked for years, so it's not. This is not about Elon's because I'm blocked by a stuttering giant.
No, I was talking about Scoop because okay. Like, just like a shout out to Shane. Also, if he ever blocks somebody, they can still see your tweets now. So
yeah. But Shane just deletes them anyway. But no, what I was going to say is I know when I got unblocked by William Shatner, and it was a few years back. He had like a horse charity.
Oh, that's right.
And we were trying to talk him into if Ben donated a certain amount, would you unblock him and blah blah. And we were trying to go further and get him on the show and everything. But at that point, I was replying to a lot of people, and I think he unblocked me to see what I was saying because there would be these tweets. He was like, "This is someone you've blocked," and at that point, he unblocked me, and then he started interacting with all of us, and it was like we kind of mended fences for a little bit there.
You're right, Robbie. You actually have to scroll further down now to see that you're blocked, but yet I can still see all his stuff. So
it's really weird.
It's just kind of tucked in there.
It's really weird.
You're blocked, but you can see everything.
Celebrities are pissed about it because they used to think like, it was like an ego thing. Like, you pissed me off. Well, now you don't get to see my brilliant tweets anymore. And now they can still see your tweets. And so no one cared about that except like the 1% were so pissed when Elon put that in a week or two ago.
I'm still blocked by him, but I found this the other day, and I think if you're an OG of Ben,
I have one of those too. Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I can't believe it's still in the box. Right?
That's one of the rarest items in the Maller.
For sure.
It's got the microphone P1 on the side, and
do you remember that weed man? He claimed he lost he had the ring, but like the little fake diamonds and jewels were taken out. I can almost guarantee you he probably got some guy. Hey, these are real. Can you give me a little bit of weed? So he probably plucked them off one by one because there's no other way. Like half his ring, half random, like little of the rhinestones were gone. So.
All right, so I've been doing a little bit of live stuff, and hopefully I don't dox anything, but I'm just going to share screen. So this is me going to William Shatner's page. Any sign that I'm blocked?
No,
No, you're not.
I'm not blocked.
No.
And you know what? I just looked at mine, and I can see William Shatner, so maybe he went on a Forgive Everyone tour.
I'm still blocked.
Almost everyone.
I think I called him, and I think I started getting upset that he didn't block me after my first one, so I may have called him something derogatory. I think I wish that he blew up on a spaceship ride one time. So
I'm still logged in to my original account. It still exists. I'm logged into it on my phone. I just can't do anything on it. I can look at tweets and shit, but I can't say anything. But the avatar is still a bald William Shatner and cunt written underneath it. That's the
Oh my
avatar
god!
of that account.
You can
Like,
see it,
that-
can't you, Robbie?
Yeah.
No, I'm unblocked. I'm following him.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should be disappointed or not. Yeah, I don't. I'm scrolling, and I don't see anything that says blocked, and I can even reply to a tweet.
He beamed
It
you
says
up.
it right there if you are. William
Yeah.
Shatner has
Well,
his back.
that's badass, Roxanne. He pissed him off so much.
Yeah,
He's
for
like, yeah,
me-
fuckers.
For me, he has a pinned tweet, and then right under that
Yeah,
pinned tweet
exactly.
is where it says unblocked.
Yeah.
Jesus, you and the Roxanne are bad boys. Or
I never interacted.
I never said a thing. To
Yeah.
him.
Now,
I'm a little
let's
disappointed.
not-
I'm not gonna lie.
Cluster bombs, man.
Never mind.
He did
Never
it.
mind. That was a false alarm.
Yeah.
Black motherfucker.
But let's not forget why we're here. And I'm someone I'm
Yeah.
sure that did troll William Shatner very well over those times was probably Matt, the Warrior Ray fan. And we are here to remember him and pay tribute to him. And I just realized I've got the wrong fucking background. Oh, God. I'm such an idiot. This is the background I was supposed to have.
Ah,
Nice.
that's awesome.
So, yeah,
He was their best ambassador. By God.
he was.
I
What do
think-
I think?
Has anyone reached out?
no, we
This
need
is
to.
here's
We all
question.
need to because
Yeah.
they really should do something.
If
Yeah.
I wanted, I meant to DM. Some places you can DM and then they can accept your DM. So I'm gonna try to do that today to see if AMPM will even accept my DM because I feel like they should do something. But
Definitely.
even if
I
it's just
agree.
the tiniest gesture, like he did more to promote them than their
Yes,
actual
he did.
social
Yes, he
media
did.
page did.
Yeah.
He did.
So-
Yeah. I'd never heard of AMP. I mean, we don't have them obviously in Australia, but
We
I
used
know
to have
AMP now.
one within 30 miles of my house, and it was super shady. But some of them were nice. But yeah,
Well, he was always letting you know the new one that was opening up, or
yeah,
checking out
no,
making
yeah,
sure
and
there
like
was-
he could like censor. Like if someone took a picture of someplace in California, he could be like he could figure out where that place was based on I've seen this place because it's 17 miles from this nearest AMPM or stuff like that. It was pretty fascinating.
Or if you went on vacation, he would tell you where the AMPMs were
Because
located.
it seems like I didn't know his vacation, but like where he'd been, but it seems like he'd been all up and down the West Coast through his life because he was telling me places to go in Portland one time when I had lived in Oregon my entire life. And so, yeah, he knew like where he's like, yeah, there's an AMPM outside your, like 5 miles outside your town. I'm like, how the fuck did he know that?
It seems like if he was ever in trouble, instead of going to the bat phone, he'd go to the AMPM watch
right.
and like tap it.
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
You'd see that in the sky.
Yeah.
Goat man, RIP Matt. Thank you, mate. Thanks for throwing that in there. Actually, what we need to do, Daylar's a mod. I hope Daylar's still around. Robbie, do you want to go maybe quickly try and find the GoFundMe link? And we'll see if Daylar can throw it in the chat.
Do you want me to do it on my computer or my yeah?
On your phone's probably fine.
Okay, and DM it to her or him. Sorry,
Him,
the
yeah,
dog.
yeah.
The dog. This is going to be offensive, but the cute dog always tricks me with what the.
No, and Daylar is a girlish name. He knows that. He's not.
I'm sorry. I feel so bad that I
doesn't-
just messed it up. Okay, so give me like 30 seconds. You guys talk
Yeah, that's
amongst
fine.
yourselves.
No, that's fine. We'll
And
continue
I
on.
just want to put out there, I don't know if any of us donated personally, but all the money from our fantasy football league that we all were in. Robbie, were there 12 or 14 people?
It was
14.
14.
Okay, so there are 14 people, and we just donated all the money to Matt's family last week from that league, and Matt is actually about to win that league on his own.
Probably.
Like, he was going to win it anyways.
Yeah, Andy's team's pretty good, but
So's Matt, so
Yeah.
what?
it just
Matt's-
depends on what happens this week and who plays.
Yeah, but I mean,
Matt's team
yeah,
is
no.
solid all
team-
season, man. Just fucking roll.
Considering it's 14 people, he
Right.
has probably the most stacked team in our history.
By far.
So, Yeah.
It's pretty stacked. Yes.
I do remember. I've always struggled in the league. I think I made the playoffs once or something, but I do remember I always took great joy in beating Matt. I beat him a couple of times over the years, and I'd rub it in because I knew it'd bug him to lose to me. Robbie, you talked about his research factor, the research factor of Matt, knowing the AM/PM near you and all that. He was definitely someone that'd be a good A-logger in the Dabbleverse and on Kiwi farms and shit. But one thing I did love, we always used to get into him about cheating on the Who Am I game. Especially on baseball stuff, and the arguments about whether him going to a stats website is cheating and all that. Lots of stuff like that where Matt just really just delved deep into trying figuring things out. Scoop, let's go to you. What's something that's a standout from Matt for you when you think of Matt?
Well, of course, the big part for me was 2/3 of the year, roughly, he was my enemy, and 1/3 of the year he was my ally because the Warrior, I'm a Warriors fan, Raider, I'm a Niner fan, A's, I'm a Giants fan, and so it was like we would go back and forth between the hate or the love, and I always loved that it was easy for me to see what the Warriors record was when I just look at his account, and I'd be able to see what was going on. So
I just Dale is asking in the chat. I just DM'd it to you through through the United States of Australia page. So
all right, I'll flick it over to Dale. You just interrupted. Someone was about to say something.
I'm sorry.
Who was it?
It's my
no. I just. While I go do this on my phone, whoever it was.
I was proceed on.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty much wrapping up. Like that's my main thing with Matt, and then of course, I had only found out recently, as far as listening to Ben Maller about how he would go to the sites and then actually send them to Ben, kind of mocking him, hey, I saw where you pulled this up from, by the way, and it's that's so badass. So I always had pictured what he was doing in my mind, but I didn't know, I had no confirmation until then.
Sorry, Scoop. Robbie, that didn't come through to me.
I just DM'd it to him.
Oh, you DM'd it to him?
Yeah.
All right, well, that's fine.
Do you want me to DM it to you too?
Well, I thought you said you had. That's why I went and looked at my phone. I mean...
No, I said I DM'd it to Dela.
You said you did.
Now I DM'd it to you. There you go.
Well, Dela, let me know on the chat. Hi, Diesel. Merry Christmas. Oh, no, that's not it. Dela, let us know if you got it in the chat,
Just
please.
check your DMs. I just DM'd it to you.
Yeah, I know, but then that means I've got to fucking DM it on.
You can screw up a
DM
in the AM or the PM.
Dela says he has it.
Okay, good.
Classic Mallertown flags.
Yeah, I know.
It's like the good old days. Dayla, if you could chuck a link in the chat. If anyone of the 7 of you feel like donating.
Well, it's on demand, so you can always find it on demand.
No, for sure. I don't know if it'll be in the chat, though, when they watch it on demand. Unless they go live chat replay, maybe. So go live chat replay, just to be safe if you're watching later on. Click on the live chat replay. Yeah. But yeah, go donate to Matt and his family.
Yes.
He's got a 14-year-old. He's got his wife and his 14-year-old daughter. It sucks.
It's very sad.
Yeah. It's obviously it's always a horrible thing, but obviously this time of year it hits a little bit harder, especially when you've got a teenage girl. And look, I'd never interacted with his wife at all before, and just came across a super sweet.
No,
week.
she is very nice. Mm-hmm. I found out a little bit earlier than other people, and so she very sweet. When I donated the money, it was the same amount as the marijuana code, and so she's
you can say $420.
Yeah, but I didn't want to say how much we donated. But yeah, anyway, she was saying. I guess I gave it away. That was stupid of me. Anyway, but yeah, she was saying. She was saying, "Oh, if Matt was here, it would." he'd post the marijuana gif or something like that, and I was like, yeah, that would be something he would do. So
Definitely.
yeah.
For sure. And yeah, so because I put out a tweet and Ben was nice enough to read it on the Ben Mellon show, but yeah, I put out a tweet. It was like, Matt didn't like me, and in a lot of ways I didn't like him, you know. But I always had the utmost respect for him. Always felt that was reciprocated. And anyway, his lovely wife replied to that and said, I never heard him say that he didn't like you or blah blah blah. He may have disagreed, but the respect was there. And I was like, how lovely is that?
Yeah.
Like there's no need for her to do that. Like that is such a lovely thing to reach out and say that. Like, yeah.
And we all know the
to
truth.
be on
You're really an
social
asshole,
media.
so.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I never took him as, like, I can be accused of holding a grudge against somebody that says something bad about me. I never thought of I never got that vibe with Matt. Like, we got in a couple arguments just over stupid crap, sports stuff where it got a little heated. Within like a week or so, we would be texting again. I mean, we didn't text like every day, but I was Brad in Minnesota, who used to be he's still in the Mountain Militia, but he used to work nights, and so him and I and Matt would talk occasionally. And yeah, like I said, the two people I'd always go if I had to, like, oh, who should I start on my flex spot for fantasy? It would be Roxanne and Matt were the two I'd always go to first.
Football.
And then also another funny story was his wife Jen was saying that she one time played in a fantasy football league with him and beat him and won the league, or either won the league over him or just beat him, like finished higher in standings. And she said she would always remind him of that, and she would always hold that over him because it would always tick him off. So, which that's impressive on its own. Matt, I think he'll have won it at least twice if he wins it this week, which would tie me, I think, or something. But not. He was very good at it. So, and he was good at FanDuel, which is the daily fantasy version too. Some people are good at season long and then suck at daily fantasy, or vice versa. He was good at everything. So,
no, he was, and yeah, I said earlier, I think you might have been off, Robbie, or something. I can't remember. Anyway, I said about how it was great to beat Matt in fantasy, and I loved rubbing it into him when I did, because obviously I don't generally have a good fantasy team. But what I did always enjoy, and again, this is part of the why I said Matt didn't like me. I sent record pace in terms of getting Matt to block me when I found a topic that I felt I could annoy him with. I would get the block, and that's the thing about a group chat. When you're all in a group chat, is suddenly the group chat disappears because you got blocked by someone in the group. I've had that happen to me a few times, and most of them were Matt.
It became almost a joke towards the end, where like if he got upset, he'd be like, "I'm leaving the chat, but I'm gonna kick Ozzy out first," because no one knew. Like, the first time it happened, we're like, wow, Ozzy and Matt got so pissed off at each other, they left the chat at the same time. He was the first one to figure out if you block somebody, kick them out of the chat too. And then you'd always come back. So it was always funny.
Yeah.
I think I'm the only one that ever rage left more than Matt, but like Matt, I broke the record by a million times. Like, when I leave, it's like, oh, he'll be back in 5 minutes. So
the only reason that chat has ever said the Aussie guy has left is because someone got pissed off at me and blocked me. I have never willingly left.
And it's So he was very passionate about his Raiders. Even though he's Matt the Warrior Raider A's fan, it always seemed like kind of like how I have a bunch of teams, but the Mariners are above and beyond. It seems to be that way.
Raiders are number one.
Yeah. So. And it's weird. A lot of people that put all their teams in their Twitter handle, it's usually lame. His rolled off the tongue pretty well, like Matt the Warrior Raider A's fan.
Yeah,
like if I was Robbie the Mariners, Falcons, Beavers fan, would not roll off the tongue at all.
Yeah. But Robbie the Mariner fan, it's almost like one word, one name.
You know? No, yeah, that rings. But no, I'm saying if I put all my teams back to back to back, plus it'd just be a joke because all my teams are trash. But yeah.
Hey, you get Michael Penix today. Calm down.
I'm not a Michael Penix. I hope.
Is it Monday? I don't know. I'm sorry.
I pray to the football gods, and I'm wrong, but knowing my team, so probably he'll make Tank Dell's injury look like nothing probably by the end of the game with my luck. So
we need to bet his interception probably.
I don't know. I don't think they're going to have him throw much. So maybe it would be a smart almost to zig where everyone else is zagging. Not to get all in football.
Right.
If he throws more than 15 times this game, I'd be surprised. And it's going to be a lot of short stuff, but I don't know, maybe. I don't think I want to root against him, but I wouldn't say it's a bad bet for somebody
I think he told some guy in the grocery store yesterday he's throwing for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Oh, boy.
I'm like, maybe we should bet his interception.
I told Ben, get ready to apologize one time when Josh Allen was first starting to get good, and that was the game he almost got beheaded against the Patriots. So I never make guarantees about players anymore.
Bets on the first announcer to call him Penis Jr.
Oh, geez, that already happened.
It's coming. It's fucking coming. You
that
know
already
it's
happened
coming.
on the Falcons.
Is it accidental tweets that are going to come out because it's going to autocorrect penis?
Yeah, and that's another thing. Think all the fake gay jokes I get, and now we have my starting quarterback's name Penix. It's going to be like the earthquake jokes on steroids. Every time he does something good or bad, it's going to be Robbie's penis fails again.
You just threw it out in the universe, my friend.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I really should think before I speak.
You don't ever. It's a great quality, actually, for the rest of us.
No, I don't think it is.
You make us laugh.
Yeah, it's true.
Sorry, I'm
reading the chat.
Distracted. I'm distracted doing something.
He is distracted. I will say, for Matt, I used to enjoy back in, I'd say this is probably around 2017, 2018, when I started doing lame jokes for Ben. Matt got into it, and he was a pretty funny guy. He would hit me up on Thursdays and throw his jokes out to me first. Be like, "Hey, what do you think of these?" before I throw them in. And I always I respected that.
Yeah, his jokes were good.
Yeah, he always sent them to us too, and
it was pretty cool.
Yeah. Well,
sorry,
my memories with Matt are obviously I'm a Broncos fan and he's a Raiders fan, so there was always that, and the Broncos have sucked against the Raiders until this year. So he always got to talk shit to me. He hated Tom Brady, obviously.
And you're a little sensitive about that, not to be mean, but yeah.
You're one to say somebody's sensitive.
I feel like since I'm sensitive, I can recognize when somebody else is sensitive about something.
So, well, it doesn't matter how sensitive I am. Facts are facts, and that's how the game was called. I can't change things. And the last time me and Matt talked, he blocked me because he said how awful the Brady roast was.
Yeah.
And, we all disagreed. Like, dude, it's hilarious. Whether you like Tom Brady or not, it was hilarious. And he did not agree at all. And, me and him got in a fight. And that's when he blocked me. So that was like the last time me and Matt talked. Like, he only blocked me on Twitter, nowhere else. But
yeah. I feel like you guys eventually would have made up. You usually do that.
Always.
If you and me and Ozzy, we've had our epic battles over the years and we always make up. Well, there's one thing I was going to say. I do respect after a certain point where it was so acclaimed by both critics and fans, and he still was like, "Nah, it wasn't good." Like after a month, when everyone was still talking about it, I did kind of respect that he was like dying on the sword with that take. So,
did you listen to Ben's podcast about him that he put out just the other day?
No, I have.
He talked. That's like what he talked about with him about the Brady roast.
Yeah, and then I don't know if this was a text or a post his wife said, but he said his wife actually watched it, or Jen said she watched it and liked it, but she never brought it up too much to Matt. So I thought that was funny too. So
now I've lost. Oh, that's what I was saying. I'm probably channeling a bit of Matt here. Rocks. I want to say Tom Brady sucks as an announcer.
Oh Lord.
I would never say. I think he's getting better.
He's not bad, right? He's 14, 15 games in.
I would rather have him. This is a hot take, but I would rather have him every game for the rest of his life than Tony Romo. Tony Romo, I was on this take after 2 weeks into his career. I can't take the. I don't know about this one, Jim. I don't know. And as he's gotten older, his prediction, like, oh, it's going to be a left run, and then it's a play action right, throw a bomb. He's gotten bad. You can tell he doesn't prepare. He just shows up and wings it. It's very annoying. If anything, Tom Brady's over prepared, and I know that's a fine line, but and I get that some people say his voice is a little nasally, but I'm never going to criticize anybody's voice because I have a voice that's, let's just admit
voice of an angel, Robbie.
It's not aesthetically pleasing or towards one's ears, so there's that. But no, and Tom Brady, he does like reflect on his playing days a little much, but he was really good when he was calling the Bills game. At least when he said, "Why are they?"
Oh, because it was a Josh Allen game.
Yeah, Josh Allen played
well.
well.
He was criticizing the coach for doing that QB sneak and then calling a timeout with like 50 seconds left, which pretty much just threw the game to the Rams. Where they're like, "Well, we could still do an onside kick." Fucking onside kicks never work.
7% of the time. 7%.
Yeah, and I think it probably went to 6% after that one. So yeah,
he said 7% of the time it works. 100% of the fucking time.
Yeah, that would be what Romo would say. Yeah,
right. So nobody agrees with your hot take about Tom Brady, Aussie. Move on. You can still hate him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate Tom Brady, but no, I find himself blowing himself for the entire call really nauseating. Back when I was playing, I would do this. I don't care. You're now watching them play.
Are you a Tony Romo fan? Because he does that too.
I mean,
a Tony Romo fan. He knows it.
No. In all honesty, I don't listen with the sound on. I don't care.
Well, that's fair.
Commentary. Yeah.
So
I do my own commentary.
No, I will do that too. I just wish. So there was one glorious year where if you had MLB TV, there was a setting through the app where you could just listen to the stadium sound and it wouldn't play the announcers. But I think the announcers got pissed off about it because they got rid of that setting next year and it's never been back. Like, I would pay an extra $10 a month to each league if I could just have in stadium sound and not have to hear the announcers get piped in. Because you lose a little bit of that ambience when you listen to a game on mute. But there is a lot of announcers now where I'll just fucking put the game on mute. I'm not dealing with that bullshit from them.
And I think Matt would be with us on this.
No, he would call out when an announcer sucks. So
yeah, I think he'd be with us. Scoop.
Yeah.
The Warriors connection. Obviously Matt can be pretty prickly at times. So it must have been nice to have something you could share with him.
Yeah, you mean like have discussions about Draymond Green without him blowing his top like a certain person I know?
That me?
I was speaking about that the other day. No, Ozzy says like Ozzy. That's like a no-fly zone for Ozzy.
I can't
you don't like Draymond Green?
Conversations.
Well,
it's not a matter of no, it's not a matter of liking. So that we don't make him blow his top right now, I will briefly summarize that. I would always be trying to say, hey, I understand why people don't like him. He's definitely one of those guys where if he's on your team, you love him. If he's not, you're going to be irritated by him. But in general, his game, if you truly watch the game, you understand what he does. Like he's a huge catalyst for what the Warriors do and their success. And if you've ever watched when he's gone, our record is horrible. And so I would be trying to like say, okay, Ozzy, just admit that, he has this good effect on the Warriors. And Ozzy's just like, Rob.
I did think he is extremely overrated. At least if he was on any other team, he'd just be another guy. But maybe you're right about the Warriors.
Yeah, actually, and with my brother-in-law, we were actually just talking about him last night. It's just so funny that this came up because I was like, oh, my friend, he blows a gasket when we talk about him. But I'll be the first one to admit that he's perfect for the Warriors, but if you were to put him on another team, it would not work. Like it's just
okay. Well, that's fair at least.
Yeah,
I love how you like to point out though that when Draymond Green doesn't play, like they don't win as many games or whatever. When Steph Curry doesn't play and Draymond does, they're the fucking dog shit. So yeah,
no, actually not necessarily. But you know, it's funny. It's kind of a weird thing of who they protect. So the other day they got blown out of the water, and Draymond had a -42 plus minus.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
And they immediately headlined it. Draymond Green has worse. Steph Curry had -41 plus minus. It was crickets about that. He was right there with them, just 1 point behind. But really, what that conversation with my brother-in-law was also talking about was the thing that Ben likes to do with the Hall of Fame debate, right? And he immediately said, Draymond Green's not a Hall of Famer. He'll get in, but he's not a Hall of Famer. And I remember growing up, you didn't have to have like the perfect stat line. Didn't have to. If you were a key piece of any team that repeatedly won championships, it was like you were in. And so, you know, like so many Steelers from the 70s were in, so many Niners from the 80s, like those types of teams, right? It was like, oh man, like it's a who's getting in, and even a non-who's who, because they just had too many contributors. And so I was like, if you go by the old standard of what was Hall of Fame, obviously the main four of the Warriors are going to get in. Dude, I can't imagine how many Patriots will be getting in, you know. So it was like that kind of debate.
Yeah. Aaron Hernandez isn't just in Cincinnati's Hall of Fame first ballot. So
he's in somebody's.
I think a good test for Draymond Green is Robert Horry. If Robert Horry gets on the Hall of Fame,
yeah, I was about to say that same thing.
What do you guys think on that? Because to me, I immediately think, oh man, he has so many. How do you do? But his is different, right? Because he kept going to, you know, like getting it in different.
He changed teams. He also kept hitting huge shots in playoff games. For all of those.
Are we talking about Big Shot Bob? Because I would say yes. I would say.
I don't think he's a Hall of Famer, and I don't think Draymond Green's a Hall of Famer. But that's me.
That's a shocker. I would have never believed that. Oh, and before I forget, regarding Matt, there was a memory also that I thought was cool. Josh, you like this if you didn't see it, but on Twitter one time he posted from inside his car a screenshot, and it was you know, like what he was playing on the radio, and it said John Deere track, and he was like, "This is one of my favorites," or whatever. And I was like, "Oh, that's badass!" Awesome. You know,
that's fucking cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Speaking of that song, why does the other version get played 24/7, but ours never gets played? It's very annoying.
Are you talking about
the group song we have?
Yeah, you're talking about the Mallertown Philharmonic Choir.
Yeah, part of that has to do with because a lot of those songs got lost and whatever. So I excuse me. Well, you know, because Lorraine is in there.
But that's just that's a little bit of laziness.
I'm with you, Robbie,
on their part. Because there's a podcast episode where they play every single song, and I'm pretty sure we're on it. So
yeah, but I'm just letting you know that because I was behind on the show, and then all of a sudden I got to a point where I caught up where they were like, "Oh, you know, we don't have or why are the same ones always in rotation?" And I was like, "Oh crap!" So then I sent a mail that had the one of mine, you know, the "Have Yourself a Mallard Little," that one, and the one that we all did together, because those are the only two that we ever made. And so I heard the one with just me like right away, but I still haven't heard the other one. I'm like, what the fuck? I just emailed that to you. And so when I was there in studio the other day, you still had Lorena's there and Coop's there, and they're manually playing the songs off of Coop's computer, and Coop's like trying to say like, hey, I just sent those over to you. And she's like, oh, I don't want to play it manually off my computer right now. Maybe we can start that tomorrow. Or I don't know. They were having like this little thing. And I'm just like, why aren't these just on? Like, I don't know.
Well, the best part of that one was that Inca put a line on there. Ozzy put a line on there. Robbie put a line on there.
You don't have to say it like that, Josh. Like even the special needs Make-A-Wish kid put a line on there.
And it was the best fucking line ever. Like
no, the best line
was crying so hard at you at that.
I'm still traumatized from that Christmas special we did.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
On the United States of Australia podcast feed, it has all the old Mallertown episodes. And yeah, go to our Christmas special of 2022. It would have been, I think.
I don't know. It was just
Anyway, Robbie's shut up. Robbie's line of and some banana cream pie.
Banana cream pie? And the fact that, well, one could say certain animals that Robbie represents, and that his line was ham is on the table.
Oh yes, that's the one that gets me, man.
Now the ham is on the table.
Ham's good. What can I say?
Fuck off, Rib Man.
And how can we forget Tammy Montana was on there?
Oh yeah, no, Tammy
had hers.
I wish we could play that right now. That was unbelievably funny.
I could play it if you guys want. It'd be over my phone.
It's so good.
Let's if you guys want to keep, I'm gonna have to bail out pretty soon. If you guys want to keep going, I can take my laptop with me and close the stream off when you're done. But I am gonna have to head off soon. I've got
fuck you, Rib Man. Roxanne's right.
Which way? What are we talking about? We got this.
Yeah, that's the one.
We got
really,
get Roxanne a booster seat.
Sure.
I haven't been here in a while. Didn't think it was possible, but congrats on putting on more weight.
I'll be right back.
Cheeseburger.
Did you guys listen to the so on the day I was in studio, when we were talking a few times about Mallertown and all that, and it's pretty cool, like Ben was he, of course he said why he was saying about taking shots at us, but at the end of the day, he totally respects the show, and he's glad that we're coming back, and he said we'd have the full support. But I don't know if you heard later in the show, he was saying like, there was the question from Mallard Prop guy kind of joking like, oh, if the Gremlins hit and you can't be on, Ben, will Bill Miller, step in while you're off the air, which of course is funny because that's still Ben. And then he mentions, how about you? Would you like to jump in there with the Mallertown kids? And I thought that was pretty cool because you didn't catch that. Well, I have it dialed up if you want to hear it.
Bam.
You want to hear it really quick?
Yes.
Sure.
All right.
I know that, but I don't know who's filling it. You want to fill in, J Scoop? You want to do the show? I'm on it. You and Robbie, the Mariner fan, and Aussie guy, you can bring back the Mallertown podcast and all that? Let's do it. Bring it back? It's coming back, though, right? It's for a limited edition. Is it one episode, or is it going to be more than one episode, the Mallertown podcast? It's going to be more than one episode. Really? More than one? We'll you had the logo, the cool logo. You had the logo. Is the logo coming back? Yes. The Mallertown podcast logo was great. And the theme song is straight from a winning talent show. Okay. So... yeah, I think we'll pace ourselves this time. All right. Wear ourselves out. I got you. All right. And we'll take some calls.
There you go.
Nice.
It's fantastic.
Ben is so cool in studio. Like, that was when I was in there, he was so nice. And Coop's the most, no offense, I love Coop, but he is very introverted. He might have said 20 words to me the entire time. He was, the most we talked was about, that was the day they first got their new water maker. And he's like, this is the most crisp and cold water I've ever had. And that was our longest conversation, was about water, which is kind of disappointing, but I'm not going to lie.
Very good. Big Greg in Iowa. Tammy and Montana took more shots in that special discussing the song than Robbie. 100% true, but Robbie is the most sensitive about it. Well, I guess we should discuss that. What Ben brought up there. Yeah, Mallertown is back. Now, from my perspective, it's kind of, I'm handing it over to Robbie and you guys, and it's going to be your thing if you want to do it. I'll take part, I'll participate, but it's not really my thing anymore. But I do enjoy chatting about this stuff with you guys.
I have nothing else going on in my life, so if you want me to take over as the content guy,
very sad.
As in just coming up with the majority of the bits, and then like if I was like the Aussie guy of this show, I'd be completely fine because I have nothing going on in my life, and it would actually give me a little bit of purpose if we want to get all negative and morbid for a minute. So yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, well, look, I'm going to continue with United States of Australia, and we're going to continue.
Yeah,
just
I get defensive about that.
Jesus Christ. But no, that will continue to be my main focus. But with all that happened with Matt and everything, I was like, you know what? We all should get back together and do this. So, look, I certainly don't think this is going to be a weekly thing by any stretch. But it is kind of up to Robbie, and I'm more than happy for you guys to do shows without me and anything like that. But yes, Mallertown is back, and yeah, it's just not my fault if it doesn't work out, right? I guess is what I'm saying.
Oh, thanks.
I'm absolved.
You're passing the ticking time grenade to me for a change. Okay, let's go.
Look, I'm not ensconced anymore. I'm not deep in the Mallet law anymore.
No, I was just joking. Yeah,
but I think we can definitely do retroactive stuff if we go back and pull some classic episodes and play some clips from classic episodes and do some retrospective as well. Like we were talking about the spats with Shats earlier and all that. Like we can have some great times reminiscing. So yeah, by all means, do you guys want to keep chatting? I'm going to have to jump off. Like in all seriousness, I do have to go. If you guys want to keep
pretty
chatting,
soon too, but I can stay and blow off what I need to do, which is, yeah.
And I can
It's up to
play.
you guys.
I can play that our Christmas song with all.
I
of
got
us
about 35
as
minutes
they
before I
come.
have to start making bets. So
You wanna play the Christmas song and then we'll wrap it up. That would
Yeah.
be a good conclusion thing for today.
Yeah, sounds
I think
good.
so.
Well,
so.
Ozzy,
And then we
do
can
you
do our
need to-
plugs, and then we can go.
Yeah, Ozzy, did you need to do your plug now and get out early, or no?
I might as well stick around if that's all we're doing. And
right.
I can end the stream now. Let's say, yeah.
All right, cool. I'll start now then. If you guys are good.
Yep.
All right. Of course, if my phone decides to cooperate with me. Go time. What the hell?
The opening act stinks.
Yeah, I
You
know,
know,
that's right.
we ban Ribman. I know Dale said we'll never ban anyone, but that one's a little excessive.
Hard to believe Robbie has extra time. Figured the women would be lined up at the door. Yes, indeed.
Mallard got rear-ended by a John Deere, driving back to Mallertown Christmas Eve. You can say there's no one quite like half mine, but as for the militia, we believe. She'd been drinking whiskey and White Claw. You're drinking Ryan's head not to dry. But when she put the key in the ignition, a tiny reindeer did not survive. When they found her Christmas morning, passed out next to the accident, 'twas empty beer cans in her cooler, and her breath was reeking heavy of peppermint. Mallard got rear-ended by a John Deere, driving back to Mallertown Christmas Eve. You can say it really wasn't his fault. He never took a hit of Justin's weed. Now the ham is on the table, and some banana cream pie. Blair got the turkey and some stuffing. Regina brought detergent, don't ask why. It's not Christmas without trouble. A healthy game of balderdash, using Eddie Garcia's lifeline, turning positive pesos into cash. Mallard got rear-ended by John Deere, driving back to Mallertown Christmas Eve. You can say he's picking up the orders, and they're all from Supermarket Steve. Mallard got rear-ended by a John Deere, driving back to Mallertown Christmas Eve. You can say he's in the air and everywhere, and as for the militia, we believe. Merry Christmas. Suck it.
Fucking
Phenomenal.
Justin.
I remember from that, I really hammed up the Aussie accent.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
did, man.
Eddie
You did. You were
Garcia.
like Garcia.
And when I hear every time I hear Justin on there, I'm like, I think of how hard I had to work to make his words go in time with the music.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's like an AI version of himself or something.
Even when Justin isn't on the chat, he just texted me. I left the video on at home. The cat isn't happy about staring at Robbie.
Thanks, Justin. All right. Does anyone want to plug anything, or do we just say go to Matt's GoFundMe?
Yeah.
Go to Matt's
support the
GoFundMe.
family. I think that's all we need to say.
It's on both his Twitter page. I'll pin it at mine as well. So
yeah.
And I'll
Rest in peace, Matt.
Rest in peace.
Look, Jen said she was gonna check this out, and if you did, I hope you got some laughs out of a few memories from Matt. And yeah, Mallertown's back. Rest in peace, Matt.
Rest in peace.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.